Let's go. Yes, bring it in, everybody. Good morning. It's still morning for a lot of y'all. It's still morning for all of us. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we started a late show. I thought maybe I should just wait for maybe I should just wait for Coach Kalen DeBoer to speak. And then also we got Coach Saban reaction. They're actually up on the panel right now talking. I was downstairs watching it on its big TV, but I guess I wanted to go ahead and start it as it was happening so we could allow people to see that we're live and that we're providing a platform to react to Coach Kalen DeBoer's statements, man. His first official SEC Media Day as the head coach of the University of Alabama. The new era has officially, I guess we could say it had officially begun when spring practice began, but now it's like we put another stamp on this next stage to Coach Kalen DeBoer being the head coach of Alabama. Man, this is a monumental moment for us as a fan base. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. And yes, this is a call-in show. The only thing we're talking about is allowing you to react to some of the statements. And I'm waiting for a few clips to be sent to me. I got a few clips, and we also we're looking to have possibly one of the media outlets that's representing the University of Alabama call into the show and conversate with some well-known names, a couple of friends that I was able to get connected with during my time as a team reporter at the University of Alabama. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let me scroll back up. My producer definitely not going to be here today for this one. This is one of those hours she's at work. She working and she doing her thing. So shout out to Marquita and Trina. We're still trying to figure out how her internet is going to help, but she was definitely first in the chat. So shout out to my sister, the new, basically the secretary for the Coach Smook Network, Trina. Good morning and roll tide, my family all the way up in Canada. Greg, I see you in the chat. Rico, I see you, man. My boy, roll tide. See BAMA, I see you. Travelpreneur Podcast, my brother. How you feeling? Jordan Wright, how you feeling? Piano Man, my brother, big brother. Zach, I see you. Antoine, what's good, my boy? The Kinesis in here. Moonrock, I see you. Who else, man? Did I see somebody else? Vaughn, I saw you in there. What's up, little bro? Dino, I see you. Mary J is in the building. 2 times JB, I see you. Clint Howard, how you doing this morning? Who else in here? K Spray, I see you. Goof, Kyle Hirsch is in the building. Salt and Pepper Fire, what's good? Hey, Pops, what's good, man? I see y'all pulling up, man. This is what's up, man. We got numbers right now. We got 32 on a Unplanned Live, man. If y'all take a moment as we do the shout-outs, go ahead and share the link. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it everywhere. Tell them we're doing a live call-in. The number will be at the bottom of the screen when the call-in line is open. And we're going to try to hold it to 5 to 8 minutes per call because I know a lot of people want to come in and share their thoughts on Kalen DeBoer's first SEC Media Day presser as the head coach of the University of Alabama. I'm excited to talk about it, y'all. No crazy insight today. Nothing about recruiting or anything going on in that matter. We're literally focused on the SEC Media Day. And not just Alabama, but if you all have been paying attention, man, it's a lot of confident. And this is, some people just do things out of routine, but I feel like there's a lot of competition in the SEC this year, especially with Texas and Oklahoma being added. And trash talk aside, I think we could have some good conversations based off of what a lot of these coaches were very honest about and straightforward about. What a lot of the analysts were saying that are on the panel, which for once in a long time, and I'm not just saying because Coach Saban is up there, but Roman Harper had a lot of good insight and takes on Tennessee and their projected outlook for their team. I think it was Missouri. I mean, a lot of teams are coming back with a lot of firepower, and I think this is going to be a very competitive year in the SEC. And how quick somebody can catch their rhythm, like most of the analysts were saying, is really going to be key. So I think that's going to be a key, man. Shay Lamar Branch, appreciate you for pulling up. He said, "Roll Tide, baby. We don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide Blitz, Bama Blitz." Quoting Roll Tide Willie, man. Everybody pulling up. What's up, Twin? What's up, Bruce? Nicole, I see you. McGrew, I see you. D McGrew in the chat. I see you. Brittany B. What's up, sis? Everybody pulling up. James Knox, man. Yes, sir. Coach Smook, Roll Tide till I die. Coach DeBoer represented. Facts 100%. My brother, Dwight, man, he said, yep, I'm here. Missed your call this morning. Had a meeting at work and had some things get done. Nah, you good, man. I was actually, I don't think it's a secret. I think you're always up to date on topics. We're looking for team leaders to be basically get in the Discord and be active in providing topics of discussion, because I look at things from a certain viewpoint, but I want to start making at least the second half of our live shows, especially the call-ins, more directed towards the topics of the fan base, the topics of the community, right? And I want y'all to think about it. If you think you're interested in that, I'm looking to pick 2 to 3 people that will have exclusive access to that channel, and you'll just filter, quality stuff through there, and you'll be, ahead of building a team, continuing to build a team, because the more eyes, the more ears, the better. And the more reactions and content we can provide. And that's anything from takes from other content creators when it comes to Alabama football, other analysts, all of that stuff. So yeah. But yeah, and we didn't have a morning show this morning. We didn't have a morning show. It was strategically planned to come live. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of clips being posted. I know it's a lot of clips that's going to be posted about Kalen DeBoer's presser and how things are going. But I want to get everybody's initial reactions, because from what I heard, man, it's more of what I've been hearing. And you all know I was privy to being able to be at the facility and being a team reporter with BAMA Football on YouTube, and I got to interact with the staff in a media setting. And you get a lot of the same answers, but when you see like the demeanor, when you see the posture of the coach, is consistent, no matter the platform, no matter the environment. Kalen DeBoer has, and we said this from his first presser when he first was announced as a head coach, his first initial presser of being introduced, you saw him command the room. He's not afraid to command the room. And that's a leadership quality. Somebody that their presence, they don't have to be loud to be heard, but their presence demands your attention. And Kalen DeBoer gives you that feel when he speaks, man. And he's very direct to the point. Not overly explaining things, over being over insight. And then he's about us. It's never about him. He's about us. He gives so much attention to his staff and the players, and it's hard to key in on him as a person because of how humble he is. I think somebody just said it. Nicole just said it, how humble he is. He's very humble. And the staff emulates that too. So I can't wait to get into this conversation, you guys. As I'm looking for some clips now. I'm trying to see if I can get a few uploaded and a few transcripts. Let me text somebody real quick. Hold on, guys. All right, and all right, got it. Okay, so we're gonna have we might have a special guest call in, y'all. Somebody that's on site. Y'all have seen them here on the show before. They're trying to work it to jump in with us here. Let me get this sent out to them, this link here. And it's pretty cool to have this type of networking and these type of connections when we're trying to provide you all with some insightful and I guess you could say entertaining content, if I could say that. But yeah, sending the link now. All right, boom. Here we go. Wait, hold on. Okay, I was about to say X is what? All right, so how is everybody doing today, though? Now that we're here, We got 66 in the chat. Okay, 29 on YouTube, 39 on Twitter. Let's go. I appreciate that. Hey, take a moment to share the stream again. We're trying to get up to at least 50 likes on this one right here. We got up to our 100 mark yesterday. Thank you all for supporting, man. You know what? I want to say something to the community, you guys. With these transitions that we're going through right now, and this is expansion that's being placed in front of us. What's up, Davin? What's up, Carla? How y'all feeling this morning? With everything that's happened with Coach Smook Network, y'all, it's been a different type of transition for me and everything that I've been dealing with. But you guys have really made it worth waking up and putting that extra effort in. A lot of people, they look at content creators and they're like, we sit around all day or whatever, but man, y'all just don't know that, like, the mental part, when you start something and you really want it to be successful, it requires a lot of mental focus. It requires a lot of dedication. So, and it becomes draining. So you have to be focused. You got to be disciplined to limit your distractions. And I'm going through that phase right now. So I appreciate y'all's support, man. It really helps in that process. I really do. What else we got? What else? Trina said, we got you, Smook, 100%. Oh yeah, I'm about to pull up these clips, man. It's a lot of buzz about Coach DeBoer's SEC Media Day. I'm gonna probably go to Twitter. Let's surf Twitter real quick and see what people are saying about the SEC Media Day. Let me see. What's trending? Coach Smook, you have been a great job with your network. Hey, appreciate that, man. Round 2 with Coach DeBoer on set with Coach Saban, Greg McElroy and Cool is on right now. All right, let me see if I can pull that up some type of way. My boy Kenny down there at the in Dallas, man. I wanted to be there so bad, y'all. And for everybody that contributed, man, I appreciate y'all. We definitely. Hey, I want to know, do y'all want y'all money back? Cause I sure put it in the pot. We got a few more giveaways that we're gonna be doing leading up to the season. Just let me know. I haven't forgotten. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on. Growing your channel is tough and demanding. I know what's up, Smook. 100% salt and pepper fire. And I see you still doing your thing over there, man. We gotta hurry up and get down there and get some of that barbecue, brother. You gotta hook a brother up. I just want some smoked ribs. Here we go. Where we see it at? Here we go. So we're going to just surf real quick. Let's just surf Twitter. Let's get on the Twitterverse and surf. Looking at some of the clips and pictures of the head coach of University of Alabama, Coach Kalen DeBoer. Let me see. Let's share a screen here. Boom. Tell me what y'all think. Let me see. Pick a different layout. Boom. I think that's better. That background mess with y'all? I think it's pretty cool. What y'all think? But yeah, y'all see Coach Kalen DeBoer, man. Looked like he got on the crimson and white. You know, the crimson and white traditional. Man, you know what? I want to tell y'all this. Coach Kalen DeBoer is probably like the cleanest, simplest guy when it comes to his wardrobe. Because he not going to do much. I know Coach Saban used to get jazzy every now and then. Coach Saban to get GQ on you in a hot second. You know what I'm saying? But Kalen DeBoer is like business. Like I'm straight business. But I can still go for a cocktail. You know? You know what I'm saying? SEC Network on now, yeah. So I want to be able to. So I can't pull the feed here. I don't want to get copyrighted, right? But I definitely want to be able to provide some reactions to some live commentary of what's happening there. I'm trying to find some more pictures with some of the people I rock with. Y'all see Kennington Lloyd Smith, Skinny Kenny over there on Twitter, man. He's there at the hotel where they're doing the SEC Media Day. Y'all see the boys walking in, Malachi, Tyler Booker, and Jalen Miro. You know, business as usual. You get what I'm saying? Them boys, business as usual, doing their thing. Didn't mean to bring the audio in. That's pretty cool, man. SEC Media Day reactions, guys. SEC Media Day reactions. Let me see. I think that's them boys clean, man. Them boys clean, boy. Them boys clean, man. Love to see it. Love to see it. Big Trail Nation. Always providing some fire behind the tweets. This is what everybody's so excited about. Coach Saban passing the torch, man. He speaks so highly of Kalen DeBoer. You can't help as a Bama fan. If you've been a Bama fan for the last 15 years and Coach Saban is all you know as Alabama, then you can't help but be excited about his admiration and his level of expectations for Kalen DeBoer and his confidence in him. You can't be scared, or you got to be a little bit overconfident, right? As a Bama fan, looking at the situation that we're experiencing right now with Coach Kalen DeBoer, he comes in, he takes over recruiting, and then he just continues to just win the fan base over with how he delivers. Everything he said he was going to do, he's delivered on it. Sideline Bama, one of the guys I follow on Twitter, provides some hot takes. Every time some breaking news happens, Sideline Bama is going to give you the honest takes. And they I guess they speak for the fan base for the most part. They really do. A lot of their opinions are very relatable. It's Alabama Day in Dallas. Yes, it is. Let me see if I can get some content off of not some content. Let me see if I can get some references off of Ryan Fowler. Ryan Fowler is if you all don't listen to Ryan Fowler's is it 100.9? They talk Bama sports, Bama football, everything. Ryan Fowler provides such a commentary for the fan base that I get dialed in every time I watch it. Every time I listen in. So shout out to Ryan Fowler. And I like this graphic right here. I think this is the one I seen earlier. Yeah, I like this one right here. Shout out to, who is that? WNSP 105.5 WNSP. Shout out to him, man. Yeah. I like that graphic right there. Yeah, y'all like that graphic? I think that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Nick Kelly. Shout out to Nick Kelly, man. Unfortunately, he was I guess I forget where he was, but now he's with AL.com. I like Nick Kelly's write-ups. I really do. And like even yesterday with this one right here, I can't believe I didn't like it and retweet it. I didn't even retweet it yesterday, but I read it yesterday, and it was talking about he just kind of wrote up a good synopsis of how Nick Saban was on set and explaining how he approaches doing interviewing as a media personality now. So I think it's pretty cool, man. The industry is changing, and SEC Media Day is a big deal, especially this year. And why not? You got so much happen with Coach Saban retiring, to Kalen DeBoer coming from the Pac, which now is no longer the Pac-10, whatever it was, coming from Washington, just losing in the national championship, coming to take over the University of Alabama with a full cupboard of talent that Coach Saban left behind for him. So, yeah, I can't think of a better opportunity. Hold on, guys. I got action. Yeah, all right, y'all. We got action, man. We got action, y'all. The Pac-2 right now. Are they really going to start the season with Pac-2? Like, what is the conference now? What is the conference? Coach wearing the elephant gray suit, white shirt, and crimson tie. Oh yeah, he looked smooth today, man. Look real smooth, nice and debonair. We got 81 total in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and supporting y'all. I'm getting ready to open the phone lines once we get some confirmation on this timeline here. Let me see. There we go. All right, y'all. So you know what? I will. Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and open the phone lines. Phone line is now open. 334-625. Say your name. Put me in the game. And we'll just until we start getting the rest of the clips uploaded. We'll just start, talking blind reaction. Not necessarily blind reactions, but what are our reactions to Coach Kalen DeBoer's segment? His first presser on SEC Media Day. Talk about some of the things he hit on. They asked him about recruiting. He talked about the approach of the staff when it came to recruiting, and how they're still focused on building relationships and teaching guys to how to build that value for themselves on and off the field, even at the high school recruiting level. So we got a phone call in. 205 is the number. Y'all know who it is.
Zachary, put me in the game.
Yo, Zach, what's good, my boy? How you feeling today, man?
I'm doing good, Coach Smook. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Glad to be able to be live, to be able to provide some live reaction, man. I'm curious to hear. I know you watched it, front and center, SEC Network, SEC Media Day, Coach Kalen DeBoer's first SEC Media Day presser. What's your take on it, man?
Honestly, I didn't get to watch it because
I
don't have satellite or cable because I can't afford that right now. But it's not in my budget right now. But I'm working towards that. But I will say this: I'm excited for the season, and I know he's excited for the season to be able to get out there on the field and provide the fans that support that and feel that support from the fans, that we give weeks every Saturday, during the season.
So check this out. This is a few things that he said in the interview. First, they asked him about, it wasn't first, but one of the things that they were able to kind of just be concrete on was his effectiveness in recruiting. And he talked about their approach with it was coming in, the importance, their priority was not just to jump into recruiting, but for the guys that were there to let them know that they were a priority, that they mattered, right? And he went through that synopsis of that. And just like he's been saying consistently, since he's taken the head coaching job, it's not about changing things to make it his way, but it's finding things that fit and that work with how he wants them to run so that things can continue to build and run smoothly. So he really took a lot of what they said in those meetings and in those one-on-ones, those team, those group meetings, those position meetings with the coaches and stuff. They took a lot of what these players that were committed through the process or through the transition, they took a lot of what they said into play. How do you think that affects not just Kalen DeBoer's approach to how the team is going to move, but even his staff, his support staff?
I think it's going to help them in the long run because then the players that were already there, he earned their trust, and their support and their hunger to perform for him. And then once he brought in the recruits for the next cycle, they was able to sit down with whatever recruit they was assigned to and basically give them the rundown of how Kalen DeBoer will coach them, how each person will be able to, how each coach will help develop them and work with them to become the player that they want to become and to help get them to possibly the pros.
Right. And when you look at his ability to create relationships, man, you see it not only for the locker room atmosphere, but even how, the media is taking a liking to his approach to, how he just handles the media. Very, very, very likable guy when you're asking him questions, very direct but thorough at the same time and straight to the point. As a fan, when you see his confidence at the podium, what does that do for you?
It makes me excited because, I don't know if he's definitely not going to have the same approach with the media as Nick Saban did, because Nick Saban was a much more proven coach and had a much more freedom to speak how he wanted to speak without the consequences, And Kalen DeBoer hasn't gotten there yet. Not saying he won't get there. It's just he's going to have to take a different approach than how Nick approached it when it comes to the media and how to motivate his players.
100%, Zach. So we're going to open the phone lines up for some more call-ins, but man, if it gets stagnant, if we don't have a few people calling in, definitely think about calling back in, man. I appreciate your reaction to SEC Media Day. Coach Kalen DeBoer's first presser at the SEC Media Day as the Alabama head coach.
Okay, and I put a couple topics in the topics of the day. One of the videos was pretty interesting. The guy that they wrote a report saying that Alabama was only the 5th best team in the SEC right now, and Missouri, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Texas was ahead of them right now. And I would love to hear your take on that.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I'm gonna do an actual reaction to that video. I watched a little bit of it when you sent it in there. I said, I think I'm gonna just do a VOD for the members. That's something that you all deserve as the members of the AAA community. You get what I'm saying? Can't keep giving everybody all the lamb chops and all the good rice when we gotta save something for the family, for the community, right? The ones that really want to support and have that inside scoop. But I saw it, man, and I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna bring some stats to the table.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Zach, for real, man.
If it gets stagnant, I most definitely will call back in.
100%, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to my Trina, man. She doing work in the background, providing me with some links. It is literally, Trina, I wish I could show you my screen. Those are literally the links that I'm trying to upload now and make sure I don't get the copyrights for them. But yeah, keep loading them up just like that, Trina. And I appreciate that 100%. And anybody else that's has access to that channel on the Discord, man, she's just providing up-to-date clips, things that we can use to reference when we're talking about, bringing up the topics of SEC Media Day, Alabama doing their thing, man. I'm telling you, it's one of those things, man, where it's just a fun time to be a Bama fan. We thought, Coach Saban retires. Everybody has their emotional response, their emotional initial response. But now you look at what Coach Kalen DeBoer has done for the fan base in such a short period of time. I mean, I think by the end of April, he had won everybody over. We got another call in here. 256, you on the line.
Greg, put me in the game, Coach.
Yo, Greg, you in the game, man. Talk to me, my boy.
How's it going? The 256 is here. You see that number. We're ready to chat.
Yes, sir. What's good though, man? Look, I'm feeling real settled right now because Coach Kalen DeBoer just continues to deliver. Whether it's how he, commands the podium when he's addressing the media, whether it's his explanation of philosophy, his charismatic way of his jokes and things that he remembers out of. I mean, he's a people person, man. He's starting to really win me all the way over. So what's your reaction to the presser from SEC Media Day today? Head coach Kalen DeBoer with his first SEC media presser as the head coach of the University of Alabama.
Oh, I just got through watching it. I had knee therapy in the pool, but I just got through watching it. Impressive. The guy's just classy. He knows how to talk to the media. He does great. He's always a great interview. Everything I've ever seen, no matter where he's been, he's informative. He thinks about what he's saying. He's prepared. He does a great job. He looks sharp, man. I love the gray suit, the tie. Josh Hopple looked like a slob yesterday. So I'm just saying he needs to lose some weight. But Coach DeBoer looked really good. Looked dapper. He checked all the boxes. The players and how things went in spring training. Of course, he gave a shout out to Coach Saban there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a great guy, man. It's like you get sit down. He's just an average guy, just a good guy. He doesn't, he's very humble. You can see the culture that he's creating, where it's a brotherhood, man. It's like it was at Washington. All the guys at Washington loved each other, and and he's doing the same thing down here, where they're just wanting to compete and want everybody to do their best, and he don't have to do anything. So it's a player-led team already, and he don't have to do anything much. It's just they keep holding each other accountable. But everything looked good, looked classy. I'm sure everybody else is like, oh man, this dude is really good, and he can recruit and he can coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's coach of the year, so we've hit it pretty good back to back. But I can't wait till the season starts. He's just good, man. He's just classy, unlike some of the other ones that look sloppy.
Man, you know what? I think I was more impressed with just how everybody else around him is responding to his approach too. A lot of people seem to be surprised that he's not, trying to change his demeanor. He's not giving us a Brian Kelly, type
Yeah.
feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Some
Like,
of them look fake to me. Some of them look fake to me a little bit, where he looks genuine. You know what I'm saying?
they asked him in an interview the other day, like his expectations, like, do you expect to win everywhere you go? And he said, not to sound cocky, but yes. He said, I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken the time, I've invested that energy to put the effort where it needs to go, and to build a process that cultivates winning. So yes, I really do feel confident that I can win wherever I go. And he said, but it's not to be cocky. It's just, I really believe in what I do. When you have that type of mindset, Greg, that's and you have players who kind of embrace that mindset. Lank and that mindset is one and the same.
That's right. I've watched a lot of stuff, even when he was at Washington, and when they prepare, during the year, whatever. Some of the players said that what they love about him and the staff is that they have confidence in the players, how they prepare. Like when it was a huge play against Oregon, it was a play. It was fourth, and I forgot, but it was a big part of the game. They knew this play that they were going to run, and everybody wasn't scared to run it because they were so confident how they run it in practice, how everything was in detail. Everybody was going to do their job, and I think that's the same thing that's going to happen here. I love the way he asked the players, like, things that Saban did, things that he wants to do, kind of meeting everybody in the middle, kind of do, there's other ways to win. I mean, we didn't win everything. We won 6 national championships, but there was 9 years that we didn't. So
Right.
There's other ways to do it, and I love the way that he's doing it. I think it's all about the players. He wants them to buy in, so that he gives them a lot of input. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like to do this, we want to do that. And if he likes it, we're going to do it. So he gives them a lot of input. So when if you're a player and you played on teams, if the coach is giving you a lot of input, and you're doing things like that, that makes you want to play harder, practice harder. Everybody's bought in more because you're having more input in the program. Where I love Nick Saban, but man, he was such a micromanager. It's him and it's his way.
Yep.
Not that it was a bad way. I'm just saying, it was like, you know what I'm saying? If you've ever worked with a micromanager or a macro manager, you'd rather work with a macro guy. It gives you a little room, a lot of input. It's more fun to come to work when there's somebody that's just constantly tells you how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. It's just, I just think the culture is still good. In fact, it could be, we'll see. it could be better. I think the brotherhood, and that's why we're recruiting so well, because I think when these kids come and see how all these other players are treated, how everything's run, they're like, man, this is good. This is special. So I love the way we're headed. I love the presser. I just think the rest of the SEC is like, holy crap.
Right.
I can't believe it.
And you said something about the atmosphere, the environment. You can talk to the players that are still currently at Washington, and they'll tell you that was the first thing his first year on campus. The fact that he came in and gave them the belief that they could win. You're coming into a program that already knows that they can win. That's the crazy thing about it. People forget. And Coach Saban and every panelist on SEC Network, that was one of their first statements. This guy can win. He's shown that he can win everywhere he's been. And when you talk about the greatest college football coach of all time, sitting there basically signing off on your process of how you did things, admitting how you were becoming his next threat when it came to trying to stay ahead of the game, and to have him, your next threat, be the predecessors to some, and to take what you started foundationally and built and take it to the next level, man, that's what you call a legacy. You get what I'm saying? And Kalen DeBoer is not living in Coach Saban's shadow. He's in a position where, Coach Saban gave me the keys to the strongest vehicle in the race. Now it's just up to me not to crash it. I don't even have to steer this thing. I just really just got to drive it. I really just got to drive it. I got to just let it rip, be me, let it rip like I've been doing, and watch the type of success I'm going to experience because of my willingness to be helped by somebody that's been there before.
Right. You're right, because all you got to do is just make that Ferrari, keep the oil change in it, keep it looking good, do the right speed. Unlike Georgia players who can't drive, you would never give them the car because they would probably either crash it or, get in trouble. But, yeah, you're right. All you got to do is take that torch and just keep trying to add to it a little bit, And I also love, knock on wood, that none of the players have gotten any, haven't heard of anybody getting any trouble. But, I mean, so I like that. But he's just genuine, and the whole staff is just like him. So you got a lot of those guys running around. I think he delegates a lot of the recruiting stuff. I mean, I'm sure he has a lot of input, but it starts with our GM and with the coaches, and I'm sure they get together. They're watching film. I watched a great interview with our defensive coordinator and what they look like and what they're looking for in high school players, their instincts. He said some of it you can't coach, so either you got it or you don't. As far as the way they play, in the secondary, looking back at their quarterback, things that you have to do. Some of them have it. Sometimes you can teach it. It takes a while, but they'd rather have kids that's already got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they know what to look for. And I'm sure Saban was the same way. They wanted their DBs to be a certain height, and maybe their wingspan and all that stuff, and their hips and how they move, and linebackers, all that stuff. And DeBoer, they're great at evaluating. I'm sure they have the same thing. What they want out of a lineman, what they want out of linebackers, running backs, who fits the bill, who doesn't. So, I'm just so excited. I'm so glad that I think Greg Byrne hit it out of the ballpark, and I think the rest of the SEC is just, got their heads down, and they're not real happy.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad that, these SEC media days are really being paid attention to. I'm glad the type of media attention is around it, because I think Kalen DeBoer is starting to see what he's starting to relish being in the spotlight and seeing that I can really be authentically me and really just impose fear in college football. Like, he hasn't batted an eye, man. Like, it's almost to a fan that knows what he's up against as far as expectations of a fan base, of a culture, and to see that he hasn't batted an eye. I mean, everything has even A-Day, man. Most coaches come out trying to do something different, this, that, and the third. And I mean, he kept it straight, simple. He went to, I mean, execution was priority when it came to the A-Day game, handling the recruiting and transfer portals. Like, everything's been execution for this gentleman. And I'm excited, man. Alabama Nation, we got something real bright to look forward to in this immediate future. I honestly believe this is a championship roster. This is a national championship roster.
Could be. You're right. We've got everything that we need. We just got to have some luck with injuries, and when you win it all, you got to have some luck, somewhere along the way on some things. So, I hope that we don't have a lot of injuries in key areas.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe this staff can get past that anyway.
Right.
In my opinion, because we got the best dual threat quarterback in the country.
100%.
Like Coach Saban said, you just can't prepare for our offense, or even last year, like you do every day because of the abilities that he has. But now you take his abilities plus this offense,
mm-hmm.
which creates matchups all the time. Plus he's a matchup. So the defensive coordinators, I think, once our offense gets really clicking, which I feel, once they get going, I think it's going to be a nightmare for a lot of people. They just don't realize it. Not only the offensive schemes, plus you throw Jalen back there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot of improvement. And it's going to be rough, I think, for some people. I believe we're going to score some points.
Yeah, 100%, man. So, I've had a great time doing this call-in show, but there are certain points that are made on phone calls, and I remember a gentleman called in probably like the second week of the Coach Smook Network being up and running, and I can't remember his name, but he said one of his fears was that Alabama would become the hype before they actually prove something. Do you think this staff is going to allow, or do you think these players, based off what you've seen, through social media, through media interaction, do you think that these players are on a path to losing focus and becoming the hype, or do you really think that everything that's being said, like, what's your belief, like your strength and belief in what they're saying? We know we got to be done on the field, but just looking at them, watching, reacting, when you look at it and you watch it, what are you saying?
They've never, luckily they've had the greatest coach of all time that never allowed, he did a good job of honing it in, making sure that they're never looking ahead, never, disrespecting their opponent. It's all about your preparation. And I think, because you really haven't heard nobody talking no smack, which you never heard anybody really from Alabama talking smack with Twitter and, stuff like that. So I think that'll still be the same. I think this coaching staff will end up be the culture. They'll respect their opponent. They're not going to talk about, you don't want to give them any reason to try to work harder against you. And I think that the attention to details, their preparation will be just as good as it ever was. So, I'm not really worried about that. I think this team, they're mature. You got some really good leaders. You got some seniors that are good leaders. You got some juniors that are really good. So they know what it takes. That team last year, they overachieved, in my opinion, just to get to the Final Four and really give Michigan the only good game they had all year,
right.
Honestly.
Right.
So they know what it takes. Luckily, they know that Coach DeBoer don't have to show them. They know what it is, and they've been there for a lot of them's been there for 3 and 4 years, and we're very successful, and it works. And Coach DeBoer's been successful. Plus, like I said, he's going to put confidence in them. They don't have to get out. They don't have to believe their own hype, because it depends on what you do on the field. I believe we'll be successful, get off to a good start, and we get that Georgia game if we can win that one, which I feel like we can. It's like Coach Saban said. Once the guys get, still got to have confidence. Once they get a couple games under their belt, they're like, oh, okay, I love this. Everything starts to clicking. It's good to do it in practice. I get it. But when you do it in a game, you're like, man, this stuff's working. So you just get hungrier. You just get hungry because now you start having confidence. The secondary, I think, will grow up pretty fast. They're going to have they may have a couple things, and that's okay. That's okay. Because our defense is going to be a swarm defense, so we may give up some plays.
Yeah,
but that's okay. Just if we can hold them to a field goal or nothing, it's still, because I think our offense. I'll be shocked if we can make up for anything on defense. If just drive it down there and score. We got a great kicker. We got a great punter. Our staff is just so good. I mean, it's so good
Right.
how good they are, and we're just loaded at every position. His hires were, that's a great sign of a great coach. Is like, man, what kind of staff can you attract? What kind of guys can you get? They're great role models. They're great recruiters. And you saw it when you were in spring training. You go to a lot of practice. The energy they bring. I mean, it's all of them. They're all that good, and the players just love them. So when you have that going, it's easy to not look ahead and prepare. Keep your head down. Just take it one game at a time and prepare and just get good every day. That's and I feel like we'll have that.
100%, Greg. Well, I want to thank you for calling in, man. And we're going to open the phone lines up again as we dive into another topic, man. If the phone line don't fill up here in the next 15 minutes, definitely think about calling back in, man. I love dialoguing with you, man. You bring some great insight from the fan perspective, some realistic, and you still keep it true. You hold it down, 10 toes down with the Crimson Tide. So appreciate you, Greg, and roll Tide, my boy.
All right, brother. I appreciate it. Still got you on speed dial from my my content dealer, so I can just hit that little button.
The Alabama content trap, baby. You already know, man. The Alabama content trap.
You do a great job. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir, man. You have a blessed one.
You too.
All right, now. We got another phone call on the line.
Rico, put me in the game, coach.
To accept.
Rico, what's good, my guy?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to hear your voice, man. Good to have you calling in. How you feeling today?
Man, just kind of taking it easy on my day off. Yeah, I should have went to the workout this morning, but I was so sleepy. I got up early to go work out, and I fell back to sleep.
Nah, Rico, you got to get on up, man.
I know, man. I got to do something.
You got it, man. Look, but I feel you, man, because after last week, being out of town, not being in my regular spot, the stream from, it was kind of, it wasn't stressful, man. It was just different moving around. So a lot of nights I was up to like 3-4 o'clock in the morning working. Then I would get up and go out. I had to go do the production for Bryson Riggins' Under the Radar Recruit documentary that we're going to be premiering. We might be able to premiere that Friday, man. I would love for the community to tap in and watch that premiere, man. It's going to be I'm really putting my all into this edit, and then we're going to be working on getting some more players. But yeah, man, I could definitely relate to that whole, hard to get out the bed moment. I can't let that bed go sometimes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real.
Well, Rico, reaction, was you able to see Kalen DeBoer's presser for SEC Media Day?
I didn't get to see the whole presser yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I did see the interview he did on Next Round. That was either before he did the presser or shortly after. And man, what he was talking about on that interview, it got me hyped because the interviewer asked about the offensive tag, and especially he kind of keyed in on a running game. And I just loved what he said. He even paid homage to what we've done in the past as a team, and he kind of like, he kind of mentioned like sometimes it's just demoralizing to just ram the football straight down your throat with that running game. And so I was like, he kind of like putting them on notice right there.
Yeah, and
don't take it, man.
And that's that confidence you want to see when you got a guy following up the greatest coach of all time. You want to see that type of confidence from his predecessor, but not so much as it didn't come off as cocky. You get what I'm saying? It came off as I know what I'm doing, and that's what that's the main feel I get with Coach DeBoer. This is not a new head coach. This isn't Tommy Rees taking over the offensive coordinator. This is Kalen DeBoer is proven.
They just don't know I mean, the rest of the SEC just don't know what they in for. Not for real. Not for real. They don't know what they in for. I'm like, and all the hype aside, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we should be hyped because I don't even think that we as a fan base actually even really know what we're in for.
Right. And
I mean, I think we're about to see something special right here. And I'm not taking nothing away from Coach Saban's regime, but I think that Kalen DeBoer would just be able to build upon that foundation that Saban established.
100%.
And I don't know how long Kalen DeBoer is gonna be here, but I think for as long as he is here, it's gonna be magic.
100%. Rico, you know what? And I think a solid 5-year stint from Kalen DeBoer and the success that he will possibly experience and has a chance to experience, I think he'll give us a solid 5 before there's any talks of him moving on. Because you got to think this 25 recruiting class is his babies. Like if he's going to go to take another job, I don't think it'll be at another university on the college football scene. It'll be at the NFL level. So why not carry your first full recruiting class to the NFL, right? Why not make that? And in fairy tale land that will make sense. But we know the supply and demand of successful college coaches and how money can make moves happen, right? And so I think we're here. I think we're here to see a good regime of Kalen DeBoer and this staff and what they're going to do. Shout out to all the people in the chat, man, real quick. I see we got some activity. Thank God for pulling up. Primetime Dog, he said, I love the confidence in this new coach staff. How would fans feel about this coaching staff if Bama drops the game against Wisconsin and UGA? Will they stay positive? New offense, defense? Primetime Dog. Rico, you hear the question? He's saying
I heard that.
And this
number one, let me say this. Number one, we ain't finna lose no bet by Wisconsin. Now, as far as Georgia is concerned, I mean, that's a 50-50. That's a 50-50 game. It's going to come down to execution.
Yeah.
That game is going to come down. If our whole team executes the game plan that's laid out, there's no way we should lose that game.
Listen, Rico, I want to respond to Primetime Dog. Primetime Dog, you said Bama lost many good players. Bama loses many good players every year. Every year, Coach Saban lost on average 7 players with each recruiting class. And the years that he did have returning starters, veteran starters, we didn't win national championships those years. But this is the new era. This is a whole new setup for Alabama. So if you're still as a Georgia fan looking to play against Coach Saban era Alabama, which I believe that's what's going to give Coach Kalen DeBoer in Alabama the advantage. Everybody's looking at this and forgetting that this is a whole new system, offensive scheme, defensive scheme, and this is a system that's given everybody across the country, even the style of defense that Georgia plays. You go look at how Oregon scheme is ran. A lot of the same bases. And Kalen DeBoer in that offense, they ripped through Oregon's defense both times. Their defense, now Washington's defense couldn't, really stop Oregon's offense in both matchups, but that offense is going to give any defense problems in the country. So, Primetime Dog, I'll just say this. Keep watching. We know what Georgia is bringing to the table. We've seen that story before, and it still wasn't good enough to beat the old style of what Alabama. Now with Alabama with an up-to-date, a vehicle that has an actual GPS system in it, right? One of them up-to-date GPSs you're not using. Some people still are using the MapQuest GPS systems that you have to plug in the cigarette lighter in your car. You know that? So, we got an up-to-date system now. And it came with the vehicle. We done upgraded a lot of the things under the hood. We've added the new chips and everything. with Kalen DeBoer and his staff, and now you have to deal with that. But you couldn't even handle the old stuff. You couldn't even handle the old stuff. So I think a lot of college football is in trouble.
Can I just tell them what we about to be in for? Can I just tell them?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I want y'all to imagine, everybody in the chat to imagine the eras of Lane Kiffin and Steve Sarkisian, how the offense was back then. I just want you to imagine that and pump them full of steroids. I mean, the most powerful steroid you could find. Just pump them eras full of that. That's what we finna get. That's what we finna get. And none of that Lane Kiffin grandstanding at the end being his own worst enemy either. Because I want y'all to know something. I want y'all to know that Kalen DeBoer is a cerebral assassin. And y'all just don't know. He has studied defenses, and he can sit in his offense and dissect defenses like nobody else, like a skilled surgeon. Y'all ain't ready, not for real.
I'm telling you, even Coach Saban during the after Kalen after Kalen DeBoer's pressure, he was telling him how the style of Kalen DeBoer's offensive style, no matter where it's ran at, it highlights mismatches, and it uses space that is hard to contain because the ball moves faster than personnel. So as defenders, when you're talking about reacting, you can react faster to a personnel moving rather than the ball moving. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to be on pace with the ball. So you look at what Kalen DeBoer has to work with. We were able to beat top-rated defenses, top 20 rated defenses with the simplest of offensive schemes under I won't say Bill O'Brien, because it was an advanced scheme. It wasn't made for this level of football, college football, where kids have classwork, all this other stuff. You don't try to bring an NFL scheme and expect 4 wide receivers to understand how to read the defense on the same page in phase together. Like, you just don't do that. But you look at what this scheme does for the offense, man. It provides the avenue of approach for building in the offense, and you don't take weeks to build. You can build within the game. So you're having real-time results to things that you've been just practicing the basic schematics of, right? And that's how the system continues to build on itself. So people got to be they got to be scared. You got to be scared knowing that Alabama is not coming with the same sets. Like, we're not coming out in a tight trips bunch with 3 wide receivers anymore. You're going to see a lot of those sets with 2 tight ends and 1 wide receiver. You might see an H-back, or a running back split out in the ISO position and a wide receiver in the slot motion back to the running back position, and a full sweep, student body sweep with the lead blocking being the tight end pull into that same side. Like, this is the type of offense where you'll see unorthodox type schemes, blocking schemes ran. Tackles, strong side tackles pull into the weak side to seal off of a read, a weak side read, counter action read. Like, these are things that we're going to be able to see as Bama fans that we've been waiting to see since we've lost, the likes of Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian, even Mike Locksley used a lot of pre-snap motion. Brian Daboll kind of, made things simpler with Mac Jones. But I think we are going to see the best of what we've seen from this Alabama team in years, man. Probably since 2018.
And it's not gonna always be like straight up the middle runs. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be creative with them counters you don't be surprised to see short passing situations to extend the run game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for real. I mean, it's gonna be very interesting.
100%, Rico. I think the SEC is really more wide open than we think. You know, a lot of the fan base thinks it's a lot more closer and tighter than what we think when you talk about this being I still think there'll be you'll have a top tier where now instead of it being 2, I think you'll have 4 or 5 teams that'll be like right up there in the mix for being a top of the SEC in those top 2 spots, 4 or 5 teams. And when I look at the rosters, I look at the teams. I watched a few, most of the top heavy spring games. You know, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee. Of course, Alabama's. I watched Texas A&M's. I watched LSU's spring game. And all of those teams can find a way to win. You know, they all have a lot of talent returning. You know, Alabama's probably the most one of the out of that group I called. They're probably the most inexperienced team when it comes to talent, but there's no lack of talent. You get what I'm saying? It's just about what they're able to put on the field, what they're able to transpire to the field. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. I think Kalen DeBoer has definitely taken this job by the horns, and he's starting to really influence what you can expect from Alabama. Instead of the media creating a narrative now, I think Kalen DeBoer and his approach to even this media day, the spring game, his first spring presser, his initial announcement, dating all the way back to him accepting the job, I think he's done a good job in setting precedents of how he wants to set the tone for this University of Alabama team for this 2024 season and going forward.
And don't let Coach KD's calm demeanor fool y'all.
Oh, he gonna
that man got a killer instinct.
Oh yeah. Them the ones, you know, my dad always told me, he said, the loud ones ain't the ones you really gotta worry about. They gonna tell you what they gonna do. It's the quiet ones that you really gotta pay attention to, because you don't know what they coming with. They're not telling you what they coming with, so you gotta watch them. And you have to react. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Rico, man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Anything you want to say to the people? We're gonna still have phone lines open. I'm gonna transition to another topic. We're gonna start breaking down the schedule. So once we get a little synopsis of whatever my feels for the schedule breakdown, now that we've heard from Kalen DeBoer, we'll open the phone lines back up and we'll just discuss some more topics. But man, what you got to say to the people before you go, brother?
In the words of those profound brothers, the street prophets, Alabama is up and we want the smoke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want all the smoke, man. Roll Tide, Rico.
Roll Tide.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. That boy Rico a trip, man. Hey, y'all. Rico is a trip, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. Listen, we're going to transition to another topic, man. But before we go into that next topic, I want to take a moment to give you all, for all of you that are not members of the channel yet, I want y'all to go check out the link to become a member of the AAA fan, become a member of the Coach Smook Network, and support us monthly here. And if you are already a member, I appreciate you 100%, man. Let's share this up and give people opportunity to join the community. We got a lot of events happening. We'll come back from this commercial break, and we'll also talk about the update to the Coach Smook tailgate event, the Coach Smook tailgate party for the Alabama versus Georgia game September 28th. But here you go. This is how you become a member of the AAA family. Check it out. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Yeah. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel, y'all. 100%, y'all. I just don't think y'all really know how grateful I am for what y'all do here on this channel. And even everybody else that's kind of like watching and you know, doing whatever. I appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of messages about content, collabs, and all that stuff. People really, it feels good when people acknowledge you for, you know, what you do, you know, and how you do it. And I'm grateful for it, man, to be able to be known for being me, you know. And I'm not for everybody. I've said that from the jump. I'm not for everybody, but for the ones that I am for, I'm grateful and glad that I am able to provide this entertaining content for you all. But with that being said, let's transition to another topic, y'all. And this is one, now that we have heard from Kalen DeBoer at SEC Media Day, let's talk about this schedule, man. Let's break down the 2024 schedule once again. We've done it a few times on our show. It never gets old, but as things continue to transpire and you get you just continue to see this team develop into what it is, right? You can't help but to continue to speculate. But also, if you've been watching SEC Media Day and seen some of the other coaches that have went before us and talk about their teams, a lot of these coaches are confident, and a lot of coaches were very forthcoming about, you know, a lot of things needing to be worked on. Nobody said that they had it, you know, and that's good to know that we're stepping into hopefully a conference where the competition level isn't going to drop off, you know. I'm glad to see Texas and Oklahoma fan bases being as confident as they are. I see some Ole Miss fans, their fan base is starting to speak up a little bit more. Auburn fans still delusional for some reason. I don't know. I guess Texas and Oklahoma coming in, I guess they feel like they got some type of hierarchy or some type of boost of, yeah, we've been here. Y'all, come on now. But yeah. Y'all know I can't stand them Auburn fans, man. I just can't. I can't do it. Well, yeah, let's dive into the schedule a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna bring it up right here. Let me see. Add that to the stage. Boom. There we go. All right, so check this out. We got the 2024 schedule breakdown, and I'm gonna change this brand color real quick. I'm gonna go black out. Let me see if I can go. There we go. We'll go to that one right there. That looks way better. Boom. So breaking it down, man, Western Kentucky, they come to us. We got USF. They come to us those first 2 weeks. Y'all, I'm really interested to see how this USF game is going to play out, man. I think we are discrediting what that team did last season, even though Jalen Monroe didn't play last season. It was raining. You know, it was a struggle bus win, a struggle game, a struggle win, whatever you want to call it. Ty Simpson kind of had to come out there and play superhero. But that USF team was definitely talented. We have yet to see a complete game from our offensive line. Not one complete efficient game from our offensive line. And we've had games where Jalen Monroe kind of had, you know, he went off. You know, it was some games where Monroe went off, but it wasn't due to the effectiveness of the offensive line. So I can't wait to see the consistency that's going to be developed with our offensive line, right? Next, we're looking at the Wisconsin game. We just had a Georgia fan come in and say that Alabama. What if Alabama loses to Wisconsin and Georgia? What will the response be? If Alabama loses to Wisconsin, then we're in trouble. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If Alabama loses to Wisconsin, we're in trouble. Talent-wise, I don't think that's something that I'm worried about. There's no disrespect to Wisconsin. It's just you don't have the speed to really compete with this offense. And it would take a horrible game, both rushing and passing attack by Alabama, which I don't think you're going to have very much of. Alabama may not be the most prolific passing team, but this team is going to be able to run. And because at any point in time, you got 4 running backs in the backfield with you can have 4 running backs on the field with Jalen Milroe, Jam Miller, Justice Haynes, and Kendrick Law. You get what I'm saying? So at any point in time, that triple option run game, RPO, all of that stuff where the quarterbacks have the read option, where the quarterback has the opportunity to run, that's going to put a lot of teams at a disadvantage. And Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan both have been very forthcoming about their intentions to use Jalen Milroe's legs to make this offense be successful. Salt and Pepper Fire says, call me crazy, but I think we about to drag Georgia and T-Town. Salt and Pepper Fire, I keep telling people my score prediction, and Georgia fans get mad at me when I say this. They think I'm trolling, but I'm not. 41-17 Alabama. That is what I'm expecting from this Alabama team. I feel like Kalen DeBoer is going to really let it rip with this offense. This offense is going to be one of those things where we don't have to worry about them getting going, whether it's the run game or the pass game. Keep talking about the leg humpers up there in Athens. I know who you talking about, my boy. That's really all they good for. All that barking and stuff for what, man? He's going to be improved. I think he was a who was he talking about? Southern Red. Did you just become a member? Let me see what type of membership you just picked up, y'all. I meant to have this up earlier. Let me see if I could pull it up now. Southern Red, appreciate you for becoming a member of the AAA family. Yes, ma'am. Much love. She became a member of the AAA. Join the AAA level, man. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Southern Red. I almost called her Mary J. I was looking at Mary's profile at the same time. But y'all, on a scale of 1 to 10, appreciate you, Southern Red, for becoming a member of the channel, though. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna start a Q&A. Hold on. Not a Q&A. I'm gonna start a poll. I'm putting a poll out. What's your level of confidence in the first 3 games? I just started a poll. What's your level of confidence in the first 3 games? It's is in the chat right now. And that's going to be the first 3 games are going to be against Western Kentucky, USF, and Wisconsin. And we play at Wisconsin. I'm very confident about that Wisconsin game. I think we match up well against Wisconsin. Not necessarily the matchup. I think we outmatched them with our speed on the perimeter. They're going to have a disciplined defense, right? I don't think they're going to give up much over top, but we are going to be able to find opportunities, especially when they go to their match concepts. The scheme that we run in our pass scales is meant to cause conflict in the match concept, especially when we start dividing the field in half, working with one side, forcing defenses to shift away from our play call. It's pretty good. 100% on the first 3, Keith. Yeah. That's what's up. Southern Red, you much welcome. Hi, speaking of Southern Red, wish me a happy birthday on TDA the other day, and just so happens it was Mary's birthday the day before mine. How you like that? That's what's up, man. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all dropping the likes on the stream, y'all. We got 38 people here live on YouTube. Then we got 80 live on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, pull up on the YouTube side. Pull up on the YouTube side. I want to see your comments on the YouTube side. We can't see the Twitter comments for some reason. But yeah, so everybody's feeling that 3-0 vibe right there for the first quarter of the season. First quarter of the season, y'all know it's 12 games in the regular season. First 3 games is a quarter, then the next 3. Y'all know how it go. Y'all smart. You're smarter than me. Put it like that. So check that out. So then you come over and we look at the next 3. Starting the beginning of our conference play starts with Georgia. The end of our conference play ended with Georgia last year. Now the beginning of our conference play starts with them. What a way to kind of create a narrative, right? What a storyline to start creating for the first season under head coach Kalen DeBoer, right? So, yeah, looking at it, Georgia, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina. Georgia, Vanderbilt, South Carolina. Poll going out. Confidence level. In second quarter. Boom. 175. That's how we'll do it. I'm gonna break it down, make it easy for y'all. 50. 25 or less. That means y'all ain't confident. Poll out there. Go ahead and run it up. What's your confidence level going into the second quarter of the season? Meaning the Georgia game, the Vanderbilt game, and the Wisconsin game. What's your confidence level going into those games? Let me know. Run up the votes, man. Run up the votes. We had 23 votes on the last one. Let's get about the same, y'all. Shout out to the 122 total in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. If you just jumping in, man, drop a like. Drop a like on the stream. But also subscribe to the channel and also share it. Let other people know that we have a live call-in show going on right now. We're going to be opening the phone lines up in 10 minutes. So if you want to call in, prepare to call in 10 minutes. Call-in segment will be coming to you and powered by the AAA family. So if you want to talk to me, give me a breakdown of the schedule when you talk to me. Let's talk about the schedule. Let's look at some of the games. So we're talking about the second quarter of the season. Georgia, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina. I'm looking at those games. We're at home against Georgia, which is going to be huge for this young team, but also it's going to be huge for Coach Smook Network. We're hosting our tailgate party, hosted by the Tailgate Party Committee, partnering and collabing with them. They're going to be providing us our own VIP area. I can't wait to show y'all. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up one of the videos right now. Let's do that. I'm gonna take a quick detour here, and I'm gonna share my brother. Shout out to Lee Thomas, man, for hooking us up. I'm gonna get y'all one of their videos from their events, man. It's always a blast when they rocking their when they do their events. And let me see. Here we go. Let me see. Here we go. All right, I found one. Let me see. I want to find one of their college football ones, y'all. Here we go. Y'all check it out.
Let's go! Let's go! It's time to show
Yeah. Yeah. So y'all see what we talking about, man. Y'all see a little something. I can't play it. I don't want to get copyrighted, but they're gonna have the setup, man, and we're gonna have our own area. We'll have our screen, we'll have our tent, we'll have our banner up for the AAA Community Coach Smook Network. We'll have our shirts. I mean, they're gonna have food, they're gonna have drinks. It's gonna be a vibe, y'all. It's really gonna be a vibe, and I hope you have purchased your tickets. If you haven't purchased your tickets, man, you need to go ahead and get them. We only have 50 tickets. So let me see if I can pull up the Eventbrite real quick, the Eventbrite page. And if you purchase tickets that were less than 65, if you purchase anything less than a $60 ticket, you've already been issued your refund. So go ahead and take advantage of getting the new tickets. The Eventbrite link is updated, everybody. The Eventbrite link is updated. Let me pull this one right here. Here we go. I'm about to share the page. But the actual event link is updated. And y'all, I'll tell y'all, we really made it easier on ourselves for the party itself. But yeah, the type of environment that we are going to be in as a family, this is exactly what we asking for. And I can't be more thankful than I can't be more thankful because my brother, man, he reached out, he presented the opportunity, and it's gonna be lit, y'all. I'm telling y'all. What's up, Deborah? How you feeling this morning? Look, this morning, is it still morning for y'all? Yeah, it's still morning over there in Central Standard Time. Well, y'all check it out, man. Got the new updated flyer. Tailgate party committee on the scene with the hosting us. Here you go, man. Come to this link, hit click code Smook. And I know it say $30, but there are no more $30 tickets. The 2 tickets that was given away, that's what that purchase was. So that's sold out. There's no more of those available. We already have our winners for those tickets. But the general admission ticket, there's no more of those. That I told y'all last week that was the last day. Tuesday was the last day that you could purchase those tickets. You got the VIP and the VIP with the custom shirt, and then you got the VIP with the regular shirt. Everybody that's already purchased these tickets, you will have a t-shirt available. The difference between it is to have your name and the number on the back of the shirt for the class, not the class 24, but the tailgate 24, right? You have to pay the extra fee. That's what the $80 cover. Plus, you got your VIP seating, sitting front row. We're gonna have a nice jumbo screen set up for our area. Gonna have our own little speaker system set up. It's gonna be a vibe, y'all. I'm just saying. I this is my first time being a part of organizing a tailgate, other than just pulling up and eating all the food. But so this is gonna be a fun thing for us to do. So yes, and we will be surrounded by parking, y'all. We will be surrounded by parking. So please do not think you won't have a guaranteed parking spot. We will be surrounded by parking spots. I just encourage you, and I'm gonna say this live. I said it to our admin team, our moderators. I encourage you to not show up in T-Town. If the game is at 3:30, you might want to get to T-Town by 10. If the game is at 7, you want to be in T-Town no later than 1, and you want to be in your spot wherever you're gonna park at. Whether you was going to the game or not, you would have to pay for parking. This right here is going to be a gated area. It's not going to be just walk up and bump it. This is going to be a gated area. Our section is going to be sectioned off for our community, right? And we will be intermingling. You'll be able to walk around and intermingle. It's going to be a lot of Bama fans, a lot of Georgia fans. As you saw in that video, it was a lot of Georgia fans. They was in Atlanta. So Georgia, them fans, they swarmed to Atlanta, right? They swarmed to Atlanta from Athens. So that's expected. But we want to represent our Bama fan base, our Coach Smook Network community, the AAA community, in good fashion. So yeah, it's gonna be a vibe. And those tickets, man, we're actually getting a deal, because if you go look at the ticket price for their event, they gave us some love. They showed us some love. So yeah. Yes, the parking is not included in the new tickets. So y'all need to like I said, you're getting a deal. Show up. Be in town. I promise you don't want to be in that traffic at 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. The closer time it gets to the game, the worse it gets. I know for a fact, I know people personally that are going to be there Friday night, already getting their tailgate area set up. So that just tells you how big of an event this is going to be and how big of an opportunity this is for our community to get some exposure. But back to the schedule, y'all. Talking about the Georgia game, I really feel like that's going to be the game that we really show out and put the world, college football world, on notice. That game is going to do one or two things. We'll win, and the media hype behind it puts more pressure on the team, or we'll win, and that puts the pressure on everybody else to keep up because Kalen DeBoer just knocked off the supposed next kings of college football, or the SEC. Got Vanderbilt. I'm sorry, Vanderbilt. It's going to be an ugly one going. We're going up to Tennessee. South Carolina, they come to us. If it was the other way around, I look at that as a good game, but I'm looking at us at 6-0 right now. You look at the third quarter of the season. Let me go back to the poll. Let me end this poll right here. Go back to this poll. Let me see. Get the results. Poll results. Where you at? What the poll results at? They playing. I know I just seen the poll results. Okay, there you go. Boom. Here we go. I'm about to screenshot it. Put it up on the screen for y'all. Got 27 votes in on the poll. Let's share this real quick. Confidence in second quarter of the season. 74% saying 100%. 75%. 74% saying 100% confident. 22% are saying they're 75% confident. And 3% are saying that I know who that one vote was. Prime time. Appreciate you for being here, little puppy dog. But yeah, so for that 75%, there's the 22% that's saying that they're sort of confident. I know their worry is the Georgia game, rightfully so. You gotta be. They're the team that took us to the wire. Saban's last win was against this team, and they took us to the wire. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. And Kalen DeBoer will have to prove himself against this confident group of veterans that Georgia is going to field this year. So I could definitely see why your confidence level is at that level. So yeah, jump into the next quarter, the third quarter of the season, where you got Tennessee, you got Missouri, and you got LSU. To me, probably the toughest stretch of our schedule is right here, this third quarter. And this is part of the season where typically you have your identity. You become what you're going to become as a team, and you have schemed based off of your assets available, right? Based off of your tendencies, you develop a rhythm of how you want to have your gameplay call set up. So third quarter of the season, looking at it, you got Tennessee. We're at Tennessee. That's the game that has me the most worried. If you ask me straight up, the road game I'm the most worried about is more so Tennessee than LSU in this stretch. Because my thing is, if we could keep great momentum going into this Tennessee game and win at Tennessee, I think at that point we've proven that our away stance and approach to the game is effective. You've allowed yourself to be at home at a hype crowd and all the emotions that go to handling that scene. And then you also look at how you handle it at a away game when the emotions are against your team. How do you handle that? And if you can handle both of those situations good, with the timing that's between them, Missouri game also, how the crowds on both sides, home and away, are going to feed off of it. This team is going to feed off of that. Then we will have a good gauge of how these guys will execute. So I'm going to type it in the chat, confidence level in third quarter of the season. 100, 75, 50, 25 or less. Boom. Chat. Poll is in the chat. Y'all check it out. Give me some feedback on that, baby. I see y'all. Depending on how Bama look in the Wisconsin game may change my thoughts on GA game. I was thinking how they look against USF. Me personally, I think that's going to. USF has a more athletic defense than we give them credit for, guys. And our passing attack against their pass rush is going to tell me a lot of what we're going to be doing going forward against a lot of teams. They may not be 3 studs across the board deep at USF, but they have some depth there of some quality guys that could have went portal this past season and been at a lot of the Power 5 schools. USF has a very talented defensive front. Tennessee is the only game I'm worried about this entire season, and that's only because it's in Neyland. I'm right there with you, Jordan. And it's not the only game I'm worried about. That's the one that I'm looking I'm looking forward to, because I think that will be the first away hostile environment. Wisconsin's going to be an environment too, and the time of the game is going to matter too. Yes, she's talking to Trina. Want to take in the Northern Lights? Oh yeah, I've always seen like the pictures of that stuff, man. I wonder how that feels. Then depending on how Bama look in the GA game will show me how to think about the rest of the season. The way I can see that train of thought, man. That's what I said last year after the Texas game. And the way we lost the Texas game was very unfortunate. To play as bad as we did and have 14 points taken off the board to lose by 10. It told me a lot about our team, and I harked on it, and it showed. And it was games where we showed up, and it started getting to the point as a fan analyst or analyst, whatever you guys were calling me at the time. It wasn't no more of expectations about a range of what you can expect going against the skill sets that's being presented on the opposing side. And so when you look at it from that perspective, you had a good gauge of what that team was last year, and it was definitely very stressful. OU will be a tough game too, because it's a week before the Iron Bowl. Yeah, and you know you can always get caught looking ahead, but I feel like OU might be just good enough to keep everybody's attention. That's what I feel like about OU. I feel like they'll be good enough to keep everybody's attention. They have some guys. They have a roster, and then we're going into the last quarter of the season. Let me go to this poll real quick. See how many votes we got in on the poll. Got 14 votes. Give me 6 more votes, y'all. Give me 6 more votes. We got 49 likes on the stream. Can we get one more like to hit our 50 like goal on this midday stream? Got 32 watching on the stream, and we got about 20 minutes left on the stream. I'm gonna open the phone lines up one more time. Looks like we have one more phone call come through, and then I'm gonna make a run. Gotta drop off some notes. Well, not drop it off, but I gotta go email some notes. I'm gonna get we might be live again here in the next few hours, on the phone line or on the screen with some possible media, SEC Media Day insight reactions from media personalities who are there covering the University of Alabama and the Crimson Tide football team. So yeah, we're at 55 likes on the stream. Okay, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I just had to hit the update. And there we go. We got the poll done now. Boom. Appreciate y'all. Look at y'all. Showing love. Y'all. I appreciate it, guys. 100%. Let me see. I'm gonna pull this up full screen real quick. See if I can adjust this layout. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. It's at 33rd quarter, y'all. Why y'all ain't telling me I spelled it wrong, or I had a typo? Confidence in the 33rd quarter. Okay, I like this poll though. I like the spread of results on this poll, and I could understand it. So in this third quarter of the season, or the 33rd quarter, as we say on the Coach Smook Network, appreciate that, Kyle. Appreciate that like on the stream, man. That confidence level is 57. Half of you are saying you're about 100%, and then the other half are saying about 75%. So the confidence level is there. It's about actually seeing it happen. Looking at the rosters, we don't feel like they match us or they outmatch us talent wise. It's about just execution of schematics. At this point, Josh Heupel's offense was definitely giving Kevin Steele and Coach Saban defense last year some fits, and we were able to make some adjustments and shut it down. But a more accurate quarterback, that's a different game, and that's what Tennessee is harking on with Nico Emiliano, right? Nico is definitely more accurate than Joe Milton. And his experience in that bowl game, you see he's confident. He's not necessarily a dual threat quarterback, but he has the skill set and the assets to be a dual threat. And they got some speed at wide receiver. They got some speed. How effective and how quick they can come along will be a huge part to their success. So looking at them going into the game, I'm confident that we have the skill sets and the assets to do it. Is all about execution. Whoever can get in that rhythm early, and which defense can impose their will early and disrupting the passing game is going to be important too. So that's my little take on that. Then you also got, after Tennessee, let's go back to the other screen. You had Missouri, right? You had Missouri. We're talking about the third quarter of the season. You had Tennessee. You had Missouri. I think Missouri coming to us is going to be an interesting game. They have a wide receiver core that's pretty solid too. I just want to see what their offensive line is going to be like. With them bringing back a lot of guys, they didn't fare well against the athletic Georgia D-line, right? Georgia. And yes, the game was closer than it looked, but it was because they had to depend on the run game. And Missouri had to depend on the run game. It wasn't the pass game that kept them in the game. And as you all saw when Alabama played Georgia and Auburn, the Georgia didn't defend the run game well last season. So Missouri was able to exploit that, and they have another running back that fits the same mold as their the young man from last year. I forget his last name. But he was a graduate transfer. I think he was in his 4th or 5th year on the college football scene and had a lot of success at Missouri. They they got another running back that fits that mold, same type of skill set, and the more experienced quarterback with a go-to receiver in Luther Burden. You look at the defense, they bringing back a lot of experience. Nobody that you want to highlight or can point out. They just play good team defense. So I think that's going to be one that kind of plays a little bit closer. I'm thinking maybe just out front without seeing a snap played by either team in real season game. I'm thinking maybe a 38-21-24 Bama win, 38-24 Bama win, because Missouri will have an offense. Now, if this defense starts to peak early, like I expect them to, I think they will start, they'll have a mantra of keeping teams with 18 or less. If they could hold Georgia to 17 or less, you get what I'm saying, 19, 21, somewhere around there, I think they'll hold most of the other offenses in the SEC below 21 points. And that'll be a feat. That'll be a feat to bring in a new scheme, and the way that it's called, the defense is called, to see them have that type of statistical dominance on the defensive side. And then what else? We got Missouri, Tennessee, then LSU. I'm not sold on LSU. I just know LSU is always going to have a team. They're always going to have a team. No matter they're up or down. They probably won't be uber talented or uber athletic, but they're going to find a way to win. Brian Kelly is a good coach. He may not have the best Southern accent, but he's a good coach. And LSU will be ready, especially with hosting us and Kalen DeBoer in this new era. They want to have a chomp at the bit too. The Saban replacement time to show them who's really boss. But yeah, going into the fourth quarter of the season, I think we're all pretty on the same page with this one. This right here is a tricky stretch of the schedule. You got Mercer. I think we go in, we handle business. That's a game that's going to be fun. Hopefully that's a senior night for the Alabama seniors. Let those guys go crazy. And shout out to Crimson Blood 22 with the first super chat of the stream, man. Appreciate you for that $22.22 super chat. He said, loving the graphics and analysis, Coach Smook. Appreciate that, Danny. Appreciate you, my boy. And for that, I'm going to make sure I get you on this banner. You're the first one on the stream, y'all. I almost forgot. See that, and that's because I don't. Super chats is not what make me go, bro. It's the interaction for me. But thank you, Danny, Crimson Blood 22, for the $22 super chat. And I appreciate you for being a co-sponsor of this live stream here on the Coach Smook Network, my brother. 100%. Thank you. And so, going into this last breakdown, this last quarter of the schedule, Mercer, like I said, Would love to see a lot of Ty Simpson in that game. Would love to see a lot of Dylan Lonergan and Austin Mack. Maybe Miro gets the first quarter, right? Drops 21, then Ty gets the second and third, and then you let both Mack and Lonergan get a drive apiece. I would love to see Richard Young get 15 carries. I would love to see Kevin Riley and Daniel Hill get the split, 6, maybe 12 carries. Would love to see Ty Simpson throw the ball 15 to 21 times. So this year, one thing I will say, Brett Venables said it about his team. They're going to rely on depth. This is going to be one of the years where in his coaching time at the college level that he's going to rely on a lot of depth, especially on the defensive side. So seeing a lot of guys play in these games is not going to be foreign to us as Alabama fans. I think the whole league is going to take notice to that. How much depth can you create early? But if I had to break down, and I'm not going to poll this one out, if I had to go with my confidence level in finishing out this season, being a 75% confident coming through by 80, 75%, 80% confident coming through that Tennessee game and that stretch going into Oklahoma, I think we have the momentum to maintain the momentum to go out and handle Oklahoma at Oklahoma. That's kind of like our stamp of saying, hey, welcome to the SEC. We will not be the team that allows you to say we belong, right? We will not be that team. And then you turn around and you have Auburn coming home to us after last year. I think we beat Auburn by 40 this year. Iron Bowl, I think we will beat Auburn by 40. They probably going to pop the game off with some crazy early lucky score. And then from that moment on, it's going to settle in. I really think Auburn game this year, I could see us beating Auburn 52-12, 52-13. You know what I'm saying? 52-13 Auburn, 52-13 Alabama over Auburn. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. But going back into the phone lines, man, 2024 schedule breakdown, call in, say your name, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I am ready to talk to you. Phone number is 334-625-1121. Again, the call-in number is 334-625-1121. Call in, let me hear your thoughts. SEC Media Day reactions, 2024 schedule breakdown, your confidence levels and what this team is going to do going into this 2024 season. We got the first call on the line, and I know who it is.
Piano Man, put me in the game, Coach.
To accept, press.
Piano Man, you in the game, brother. You in the game. Uh-oh, you got background noise. Piano Man, you in the game, though. What's up, bro?
Well, what's going on, Coach? Slide me five so I can stay alive.
How you feeling today, brother?
Man, I'm kind of sleepy, man. I was doing the grandpa thing all day yesterday, but man, that's a joy, bro. That's a joy.
Man, I already know it. You out there spoiling that, baby.
Man, what you talking about? I almost don't want to leave. I'm almost a West Coasterner.
Yeah, you been gone for a few weeks now.
Yeah, I've been gone almost a month, but man, being with my kids, don't get me started, because me and you be on here crying, and that's what we ain't on here for.
I already know it, man.
We'll cry later on.
Yes,
but look,
sir.
I got something to say. You know I got something to say.
Oh, yes, sir.
I got something to say. And it ain't going to be nice for somebody on this line, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Uh-oh.
Might not want to hear it, but here we go. I want to know, in that first quarter of things, who in the Sam Hill was the 5% that said they sort of confident about Alabama winning against Western Kentucky, South Florida, and Wisconsin? I wish you would show yourself, because you know what? I'm sort of confident about your fandom here as being an Alabama fan. Western Kentucky or South Florida and Wisconsin, you sort of confident? Are you kidding me? Really? I'm not talking to the other folks. I'm talking to that measly 5% who, to me, you sound like you an unbeliever, or you a Tennessee fan, or you rubbernecking, or something other else you doing, because you on some type of foolishness. if you don't have confidence in that we can beat Western Kentucky, and the way I approached the South Florida game, Coach Smook, you correct me if I'm wrong or if I'm looking at it wrong. I'm looking at that game as a revenge game. I'm going to treat that game as if we lost it. I'm going to treat that game as if we lost that game. Why? Because it was an embarrassment. After that game, it was then that they knocked us to 13.
Yep.
13. We went from 3 to 13, 2 to 13, however that went. Because when we lost to Texas, it dropped us down. And when we struggled with USF, it dropped us even further, and they said it was over for us. They threw dirt on us. Well, we know how the rest of the story went. Now we have the guy. We have Coach DeBoer, and we have this awesome coaching staff. And let me clear my throat. Along with a general manager that now the whole world is checking us out. And now you got this 5% in here saying, I'm sort of confident. Confident, sort of. Man, if you don't get on down from here, you ain't no fan. I don't know what you are, but you're not a true fan. I am 100%. And I hope somebody agree with me here. I hope I am 100%. Now, if you say 11-1, I can get with you. If you can say 10-2, I'll get with you. But if you can sit here and tell me, hey, I'm confident we can go 12-0, I want to follow you. I'm in your camp. I'm on your side. So first of all, I want to skip all the way to the Georgia game. I'm going to still go on and say Alabama 42, Georgia 21. Georgia keep talking that smack, and I'm going to say Alabama 52 and you nothing. So we going to turn up the heat on you. I ain't playing with you. I got confidence in our squad. And let me tell you something. And for those of you that's talking about Cam Randall going to be something, I don't give a I almost said something crazy like this. I don't give a flying flip if we playing at Camp David. We gonna beat the brakes off Wisconsin simply because you in the way. They put you on the schedule. I'm not worried about nothing. Let me tell you what I am worried about, Smook. I'm worried about injuries. And that's why depth is gonna be important. I said all of that to say this. I ain't worried about Tennessee. I'm not worried about Wisconsin. I'm not worried about anybody. LSU. I sure ain't worried about Barney with his dumb self. But I'm worried about injuries.
Right.
If we keep the injuries to a minimal, to a point to where, now we know injuries are part of the game, but if we keep injuries to a minimal, 12-0, and then the rest is gonna be history, Smoke. I'm telling you, we have something to prove and everything. So for that 5%, I just wanted to holler at you just for a second. I'm out of here because I got to go do some more grandpa duties. But but let me tell you something. That's for that 5% that you sort of confident. I want you to sort of change your mind. If you're gonna roll with us, I mean, you got a right to your opinion, and I'm not sweating it. But don't have the gall to come up in here saying I'm sort of confident in the first quarter. Are you kidding? I'm saying it again. Are you kidding me? Wisconsin, South Florida, and Western Kentucky? Are you? Okay, keep down.
It's definitely a jab, man. It's definitely a jab when somebody takes those 3 games as a fan. I don't care if we hired if Tommy Rees was the head coach. I'm giving him a benefit of the doubt against those 3. You get what I'm saying? Like, and this roster that we currently have, like you don't lose with that type of talent. You have to be a bad coach to lose against that caliber of team. And that's no disrespect to either one of those teams, man. It's just that you would be lying to say that if Alabama was to lose those games, let's say Alabama was to lose those games. You know the first thing that the opposing teams are going to say, the opposing fan base is going to say, y'all had the better players. Y'all had the better players. It don't matter who coaching, y'all had the better players. That would be the same. So don't fault us for having the better players when we have the better players and we win these games that we're supposed to win. And for the fans that are doubting it, why? Like We're supposed to win those games. Kalen DeBoer he has a better winning percentage than the other 129 college football, it's 133 FBS coaches right now. His winning percentage is the third highest of all of those coaches right now.
Man, seriously, coach. Seriously.
I'm just saying.
South Florida, look, okay, they might have this talented defense, but when you got this talented team, and look, I don't care what they have. We got a point that we're trying to prove. And let me tell you, I was trying to get through when you were doing the segment on Coach DeBoer and the media at the SEC Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was so spot on this morning, man. I was proud as if that were my own big brother, or somebody up there. But then Coach Saban gets behind him and says the key word: if the players buy into the process. He was kind of letting you know then subliminally, if these guys buy into what Coach DeBoer and the staff is putting out there, Coach Smook, he was kind of letting you know then, I think the can gonna get opened up on everybody.
You know what?
Everybody.
Piano Man, he even came on the Power Finebaum show yesterday after the SEC Media Day closed out, and he admitted to saying what he said about Texas and Georgia to get some fire in the ears of the Bama players. He knows how to motivate. I mean, and it's no secret that he's administrative guidance or whatever the position is. He's a I don't know what the position is called, the official title, but he's there basically giving his insight whenever he admitted that it hasn't been much need for that because Coach Kalen DeBoer has won everywhere he's gone. So why would I come in if I have trust and they respect my word and they took into consideration my opinion about Kalen DeBoer from what I knew of him based off the phone call conversation and what I was evaluating from afar? Why would I need to go and put my hand in the pot and start trying to make him do things his way when he's been doing it his way and winning at other spots? Now he just has more resources now here that I was able to set up for him. And the ones that he don't have or don't know they have access to, that's what I'm here for. Hey, what you trying to get? How you want to get it? Okay, this is how you can get it. Boom. You touch this hand. You shake this hand. This is where you need. You get what I'm saying? And that's all. Coach Saban gets to sit around and do now, and then give his take. Man, it was strategic and it was well placed, and I think the team is going to respond, especially the young guys. You got a bunch of young guys that aren't used to that. The guys that went through that transition, they know what time it is.
Well, Coach Smook, let me ask you a question. I'm going to take what you just said, but I'm going to use it as an analogy. But I'm going to use you as an example. Here we go. Coach Smook, just say, for instance, if you had $100,000 in your hand right now, all right, and you're doing what you're doing with the $100,000 that you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just say, for instance, somebody came along and put 900 more thousand in your hand. Now, what Coach Smook gonna do with that? What does Coach Smook have to bring to the table?
Hey, you know what's crazy? A lot of people take that analogy and be like, I'm gonna go and do this more. I'm gonna keep doing the same thing that kept me at the 100,000. Now that I got 900,000, I really don't have to change what I'm doing. I get to put myself in the space to do what I was doing with 100,000 easier. You get what I'm saying? Because now I can risk a little more. You get what I'm saying? I can risk a little bit more now, than I was with the 100,000 because I have the resources. I have the means to get the resources. So there's no reason for me to regress or to dial it back. If anything, I should provide more opportunities for myself to be more consistent with the way I was doing it in the first place. And I feel like Kalen DeBoer has taken that approach to every stop that he's been at. Fresno State to Washington, now at Alabama. Mm-hmm. Every spot he's went at, the recruiting rankings for that school, the fan approval rating for that school have taken an immediate jump. His Fresno State job, his fan approval rate at Fresno State was the highest it had been, and since they had started recording that little statistic or fan statistic back in 2004.
Well, Coach, that's the analogy right there. That's all I wanted to say. Is that you just hit the nail on the head. All these folks talking about he can't. First of all, he's replacing the GOAT. Then it went from he won't be able to recruit the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went to, he ain't playing in the Pac-12 no more. He ain't never coached these caliber players.
Right.
Now all of a sudden he's improved everything wrong, and he's gonna have to prove it on the field. Hell, he's been proving it. Now he just has more. What is this man to do?
Man,
I know, Coach. I think I know what I want. I think I know what they want him to do. Let me tell you what it is.
Come
coach their team. Come coach their team. That's what it is. Get rid of especially the Barney over there at that contract he got going, and they over there worshiping trees and everything. Let me tell you something. They would take Coach DeBoer in a heartbeat better than what they have if they thought it could beat Alabama. But too late. You stuck with the freeze. We got the board. Get ready for that good A-whipping. We gonna put it on y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, not them fighting to come and steal Coach Husky Harrison from us. You know, not Husky Harrison. They would never fight to have Husky. Come on now. Not all that stuff they was talking about old Kalen DeBoer. And then we got the new name for the new nickname for Coach Kalen DeBoer. I think I forget who said it in the chat yesterday, but it's Seattle Saban. That's who it is. It ain't Husky. It ain't Husky Harrison no more. It's Seattle Saban. He done came all the way from Washington. And the crazy thing is, man, if you look at them and they talk about their careers or any of the connections, it's nothing extensive. It's just two great evaluators, people who evaluate personality, who know how to relate, who know how to evolve to become relatable, but they have such attention to detail with their structure that you don't have to ask many questions of who they are. Their structure and their results are a reflection. They exemplify who they are as coaches and as men. You get what I'm saying? They are what they preach, and you can do some good things when you deal with people like that who are what they speak. And so, with that being said, man, I'm telling you, this era, this regime under Coach DeBoer is going to be something special to watch as an Alabama fan.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm going to do my grandpa duties here. Now, I'm not putting down on no other team. I would never ever do that. Y'all know, whoever, you know, those of you that's been interacting with me know I would never do that, and I would not allow you to do it. But what I'm not gonna sit back and let you disrespect my team, the team that I've loved for over 50 years. I'm not gonna let you disrespect what Coach Smook is doing. And I know that he ain't asked me to say it, but we not gonna have that. So when you cannot just say, "Hey, look, I'm 100% with my team," I'm questioning your loyalty. Now, I'm questioning your loyalty to everything, because look, I've seen this team through the hard times and the bad times. So you know what? I'm not saying that we that. I'm saying we all that. We ain't just that.
Right.
We all that and some more. So if we all that, I just got two words for you. We are the standard. I'm Piano Man, and I'm out. Roll Tide. See you later on, bro.
Roll Tide, Piano Man. Much love, my boy. Y'all, shout out to Piano Man. Y'all know he always gonna bring that fire. Listen, I like that, Trina. Coach Kalen DeBoer should actually be South Dakota Saban. That makes sense, because he did come from South Dakota, right? Sioux Falls, that's in South Dakota, right? Yeah, I would love that. That's a pretty cool nickname right there. Listen, that's it for our midday show, y'all. I think I got a lot of good phone calls. Appreciate the phone call. I really want y'all to think about calling in. I mean, I want to hear more voices. I'm ending this when we ran past our 2-hour time, y'all. Y'all always get me in trouble running past my 2 hours. So it's easier to clip the 2-hour segments. If y'all like, all my members that got to see the VOD we posted on the page, if y'all like that, continue to support by calling in and supporting by becoming members of the AAA family. Also, don't forget Eventbrite. A couple announcements before we get out of here, y'all. Eventbrite, get on the link. And if you go and check it out right here, let me go ahead and share this screen here. You go ahead and check this out here. Wrong page. Here we go. Boom. All right, go ahead and check this out. You go in there, you type up the link here. And make sure you go, don't hit this RSVP one. It says sold out. It'll tell you if it's free, that it ain't free. It's this one up here. And there are no more $30 tickets. You'll hit that link. You'll come over to the link. It'll bring you to the event page here. Let me see if I can escape out of that thing. Hold on. Let me exit out of that thing. You'll come to this event page here. And right here is where you'll see the location of where we're going to be, right? Also, you'll see the link to find your tickets right here. Over here, get tickets. Purchase that. You click that link, it'll open up the purchase. You go to address, and we still are planning to do this meet and greet. We're finalizing some things for the meet and greet. But yeah, and this is the banner. This is the banner we will have printed off. If you want your name or your picture to be on this banner, and you're a member of the network, you're a member, meaning that you are a member of this channel. You support by donating your monetary value every month, right? To support the Coach Smook Network. And you want your picture on this banner. I need that picture ASAP. I need that picture ASAP. I want everybody who wants to be on there. I want your picture on that banner. So definitely think about sending those pictures in. You can send them to the email Coach Smook network at gmail.com, right? Coach Smook network at gmail.com. Send the picture in. I'll save it and we'll add it to the banner, right? Get those banner pics in. And yeah, that's how we're going to show love to our AAA family with this at this event. But and like I said, we're going to have our own section. It's going to be cornered off, doing our thing. We're going to be boxed off, have a nice little area. Enough space. We got a space for 50 people. I think right now we have a total of 18 tickets sold. I refunded 4 of them, right? I refunded 4 tickets. So we got about 32 tickets left. 32 tickets left. If I'm not, is my math right? 42? Nah, 32. 32. It's 32. I'm right. So we got about 32 tickets left. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go ahead and get your tickets. Your tickets come with the Coach Smook Network t-shirt that we will be revealing the design Friday. Or I might, you know what? I'm gonna do a whole edit. I'm gonna do an info edit for the reveal of the t-shirt design. But and we'll put that out either Friday or Saturday. And then the $60 gets you your entry plus the regular t-shirt, and then the $80 gets you the entry plus your custom t-shirt with your name on the back. It have the 24 on it for the 2024 season tailgate, right? The first one. And then also you will be provided the VIP seating for our section, right? So we have a VIP section at the event, then we have VIP seating in the VIP section. Okay. So yeah. And you'll be part of the content. Everybody's showing up. I want to make this event a community event, right? Nothing about me, all about our community and our fan base and what we're going to be bringing to the table. But yeah, go get those tickets, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be worth it. And they're going to be on sale until I think we need to have this sale done by August 15th. So make sure you get those tickets before the 15th, y'all, of August. And time is flying. It's already July 17th. It's already July 17th. So the tickets they won't be on sale in a month. Just think about that. And then after that, 2 weeks after that, we'll be doing kickoff for Western Kentucky. I will be at that game, and we will be there representing for the AAA fan. I know Piano Man will be there. I think 2 others, Marquita will be there, and I think Nicole will be there too. So we'll have some AAA fam there. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do. Make sure you like and share it. You've liked and shared the stream already on your way out as we get ready to close out. I just want to thank everybody for pulling up today. And showing their love. Southern Red for becoming a member of the channel again. Thank you for doing what you do. And then also for Crimson Blood 22 with the $22.22 super chat. Loving the graphics and analysis, Coach Smook. Appreciate that, Crimson Blood 22. Much love, everybody, for showing up. Everybody that showed up in the chat, man. Remember, on the close out of our shows, I love for y'all to run up the comments and show love. Show your support for the AAA community and Coach Smook Network. And with that being said, I'm gonna play this thank you video for y'all, and then you will see the closeout of the show. I love you all. Roll Tide. I will catch y'all later. We might do a late night show, but if not, I will catch y'all tomorrow morning with the Coach Smook Morning Show and our caller segment Well, we'll dive into some more recruiting. Under the radar recruits, we're going to have a lineup of guys. We might have a special guest come in, a current 2025 Alabama commit. Might have them on tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. We're working on some things, so y'all continue to support. Thank you all, and God bless. Roll Tide. I'm Coach Smook, and I'll catch you on the next one.